Hello and welcome back once again to the ESL ESEA Pro League. I'm Alex Machine Richardson, joined by Lauren Pansy Scott, and it's time for two incredibly crucial games. I just tweeted it, and it could not be more true for Virtus Pro. Like this, it doesn't secure a guarantee, therefore, like the top four finish. It's damn close to though, and if they win these two games, they will be placed in the same points, both wins and points, as Team Fnatic at the top of that Pro League.
And considering there's only 2 weeks of this left,
yeah, well, tight. I mean, let's be honest. Big. I mean, we kind of. I'm dressing this like it's huge for Virtus Pro. This is huge. Sorry for Titan as well. Like Titan, they have a shot at this. So do TSM. I mean, TSM are looking pretty good as well, pretty comfortable. So if they can pick up these, like this is a really tough one. These, like, both these games, I'm not, like, I don't know where my, like, at the back, you have to admit, at the back, we always have a little bit of a kind of support for one of the two teams, or at least I do.
Hashtag bias casting.
I am a bias caster, and I'm quite honestly split right down the middle. I do not know where I want these games to go from a fan point of view, but from a caster point of view, this is going to be interesting. Titan have had real hit and miss performances on Cash. That is the map we're going to be playing out. And Virtus Pro the same. Actually, to be fair, a lot of inconsistencies across the board for Cash.
I agree, but Virtus Pro overall obviously getting better results currently.
Recently, yeah, definitely.
But things original form, get back to what they're good at, but it never feels to actually happen all that quickly. They've been a little bit hit and miss. Sometimes you'll see Kenny having a great standout game. Sometimes Apex will be absolutely on fire, but it doesn't always translate into a win. Yeah,
it's a very good point, especially on T side here on Cash. We saw a lot of problems when they were playing this not too long ago, where we basically were really concerned that the entry frags weren't coming in. We were not seeing any rounds on the board when Titan, well, of course, but when Kenny and Apex weren't chiming in with frags. It is time now for the knife round. We may as well throw that on your screens as we're going to see how this one does play out. I was just talking about how Titan's T side was a little lackluster last time we saw it. And it looks like that's very probably where they're going to be dumped as VP do prevail in the knife round.
And to be fair, I used to really like the way that Titan used to play out their T sides. But then it kind of went a little bit wrong. It kind of backfired a bit, and it stopped being as crisp as it used to. Because at the very start of the season, I think it was Titan up against Team Dignitas. It was one of our opening games, and I was like, well, it's Titan on the T side. This will be great. It'll be awesome to watch. And they were just lackluster. Now, I'm hoping, obviously, all the issues back then have been slightly adjusted and accounted for, because that was a very poor showing. But let's see what they've got coming up here. We are live into the game. It is Titan up against Virtus Pro. Titan are starting out on the T side. They've gone for the armor and a little bit of utility towards Maniac, and let's see where they put that to use.
Let's see where they choose to go. You see Taz trying to evade the flashes, but he cannot evade the damage as he does get brought down to just 19 points of health. Big brawl as Pasha going hyper-aggressive through middle with his teammates.
But so are the T-side, and Pasha's in the perfect spot. 3 kills coming in for Pasha back-to-back, locking it down. Just, oh my word, Titan falling into Virtus Pro's trap, hook, line, and sinker.
CS 101, don't jump through the smoke, and they do. And Pasha just puts them in their place. Sit down, Titan. As now Maniac's going to try and do something, and they are all low. Like there's a potential here to make things difficult. That nade was a whole lot of that potential, and that goes to waste, as does Maniac, as Neo picks up his first of the round. And that is going to be a very strong start for VP. They didn't lose a man.
No, and they took so much control in mid. Yeah, exactly. Pasha actually came up with the kills, but Neo was there. We saw everyone kind of bolstering numbers towards mid, and it worked for them so well, which puts Titan in a really awkward position because they did that late kind of mid boost control almost. So they had like 2 or 3 players up there boosted to try and push through, then work their way up towards A, or maybe split B if they fancied it. Now they're doing what we used to see. If they're going to do the execution that I loved pointing out. So this is something that a lot of teams and players and fans got to see, is how well Titan were able to control this A site. But look, once again, Virtus Pro have 3 players dedicated towards this. That's a very worrying sign of things to come. Bialy, Pasha, Taz, all laying in wait. Titan are going to start flooding through here, just trying to get the bomb down, and Taz is going to fall. Apex opens it up, but Pasha again. Double kill comes in. The lockdown on the side from that upper little catwalk area. But at least the bomb's planted, so they get some money, and Apex has a gun.
Yeah, that heavy investment from Titan, I mean, it's not going to be completely paying off, but it does enable them to get that bomb down, and that's going to be a bit of a consolation prize for them. Again, starting this one off with very few frags across the board for the T side, as it's just going to be to 2 for Apex that we saw him pick up in that round. Pasha has just been putting these guys in their place. 5 frags just 2 rounds into this one. Put him a P2K or an M4, he will do damage, and now we're going to be jumping into that 3rd round, and Titan are going to have it even worse for Whereby. Just 4 P250s and a Tech 9.
Oh, big buy for Virtus Pro though going into round 3, because they know that Titan were pretty well invested into round 2, so they feel there's probably not armor here, and they're feeling safer to go with this rather than the SMG purchase. But every point so far, Titan have been read like a book by Virtus.pro, whether it be the stack on toward A or the play towards mid. This time, Titan have finally a little bit of a glimmer of hope here. Neo, the only one so far towards B. Snax is finally going to join him. And maybe there can be another plant coming through. Great flash goes in there. Snax allowed now to sneak on towards site, but it's a little bit of damage, and Neo just stopping him at the door. 3 kills back-to-back. Snax chimes in with 1 towards existence. And this is just unbelievable stuff. They're just keeping him so easy at bay. And once again, Apex doing good work, but not good enough to take on Pasha.
Is that still... Yep, Apex is the only one exclusively now for Titan to pick up frags. Let's see if that can change now. Weapons are going to be put in the palms of Titan, especially Kenny S now, as he's going to be able to leap into this round. It does have armor, no utility though. And he's put the AWP.
Speaking of utility, look how many Molotovs there are with the Titan side. 3 in place, so they have just paused for a second. Maybe just resolving some issues there. But we can kind of discuss and theorize where Titan want to put these into usage. We saw in the first round, I think it was Taz actually being put in towards those vents in mid, so he kind of pushed down with the likes of Pasha, and Neo was there as well, and he put himself in towards those vents. Now, he wasn't playing B in the rounds following that, but maybe just off the back of that, Titan want to gain control in mid, quite possibly. This is just me theorizing where they could place these, and could use that there. There's a lovely little molly from the back of, you know, the A push if you want to get there that can just give you that early control. Something Virtus.pro actually did quite prolifically not too long ago themselves. So that could be another factor they want to put in. Or let's say maybe put one down towards a forklift. So many variations are available, or even on towards B. You can do some great work from behind, you know, I call it toxic. I'm not sure what it's actually called. It's the area just outside of B where you can molly through the window. So there's a lot of options here, and it gives them a lot of play towards the side, because thus far, Apex is doing wonderfully for them. But beyond that, they're not getting much ground covered.
Yeah, and they're not taking the weapons out of the hands of VP, so they're going to be very stable going into the 4th round here. It has to be said that Pasha is one of those individuals that when he turns up, like, let's be honest, he's taking mid-control at this point. We are only 3 rounds in, and if he can be as prolific as he's being while taking mid-control, it's so crucial for the T-side to shut him down, make it, like, knock him down 2 pegs or 5 pegs, you know, get him real far down, because if he does have confidence holding middle, Titan, a big part of their T-side will just be taken away.
Yeah, and I want to see what Titan bring out here, because they're a team who went through a slump, right? They had a good couple of issues with the update. I don't want to harp on about that. It's been said before. I mean,
the Kenny recently was in an article, and he said, "I lost confidence." That was like 3 words, you know, that really summarize where Titan's performance went.
And now I turn my attention to the other prolific French team currently, which is obviously Envious, the kind of counterpart of Titan, maybe the better side after the whole split happened and all the issues came in. I remember just speaking to MBK very quickly after their game, just saying, because I was like, "Hey, Nathan, when the hell did you stop playing A-Long?" You know, because I remember back in the majors and such, he used to play A-Long by Pit, and he was great at it. But he just said, you know, we changed all our positions like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and suddenly we feel a lot better. So they literally went through everything and changed it up. And maybe this is something that Titan might need to do at some point. They've brought in RPK, who's playing well. Apex has these hit-and-miss games, but I just want to see if Titan can really find more consistency to their play. And it's brave having to switch things up, though.
Yeah, it is brave, and you are going to see that kind of dive initially, or you usually do maybe after that honeymoon period. Maybe, you know, it's time for Maniac to not go squeaky. That's something he's been very... Or
sit on the Maniac ledge. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like a little boost on it.
He has got a lot of predictability around some of his plays, especially on specific maps. But yeah, it has to be said that we are going to be waiting for the Virtus.pro, the 5th. But I just want to have a quick look at Pasha and that play with the pistol, like with the P2K, just ripping them to shreds through some of the smoke. But it was also Titan's decision to charge at him.
Certainly was.
Look at that.
And they were checking their corners, but they just... No one pop flashed through, which was the more surprising part to me, is no one flashed it. So if you have a deep smoke like that, you can... my mind always goes back to the old Dignitas team,
the pop
right?
Flash?
So no, I think of when Fetish was still in with Team Dignitas at the time, and you know, before all that changed, they used to do this lovely counter boost, which always needed that deep smoke towards mid, so it'd allow you to push up as a CT and then get boosted up, right?
I'm with you, yeah.
And the only way to kind of get around that is do a nice little pop flash on the T side and try and push through the smoke yourselves, and then you try and peek off the back, or do the counter boost, or the boost, I guess.
Oh, so you're assuming that Titan felt like it was going to be a counter boost?
Possibly, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm reading what I see, but they checked literally below the boost boost itself. So I think they had a good idea that maybe Virtus.pro were a little closer than they wanted, so they checked just below, didn't see it, but by that point, 2 people had already checked towards that right side, and no one looked towards the vent. No one checked close because Pasha was just on the edge of the smoke, watching him run through, and without a flash there or anything else to slow him down, he was going to have free reign, which, of course, it takes a good player to utilize and make the most of.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad guess, considering that basically VP were making their presence known very clearly with both nades and the initial fire. It looks like we do have Taz back in the server. I think he's just taking his time.
He's an old man. He needs to,
He's just hobbling back to the PC.
Kids these days.
It's like that advert, you know. He's clutching onto a CPU, gaining energy.
I love that advert. Yeah. Taz is one of the nicest people as well to talk to. He's absolutely
he's great.
Funny as hell. But and to be fair, Taz came under a lot of criticism too. You know, there's been a lot of vocal players at the moment talking about how people are very judgmental towards performances, you know, on social media these days, because pro players are easier to access, I guess. You know, through Twitch, through Twitter, you can easily talk to, you know, your favorite player or whatever. And he came under a lot of scrutiny under his performance and how well he'd been playing, but it's nice to see him, you know, he's finding a little bit more consistency. Neo as well recently has been definitely finding a lot more form, and I love watching Neo play when he plays well. He gets some real form on, and the one map that really stood out to me for Virtus.pro was Train. I go back to the earlier results where they're picking up wins quite consistently. It involved Train, and Neo was just on point.
Yeah.
Not too surprising considering he is that 1.6 legend who, you know, who just destroyed on Train back in the days, but he looked comfortable. Instantly looked very comfortable. Whether or not he'd been putting in work in CSGO towards it specifically, but you could see him just really ripping it up. Look back towards their earlier games in the ESL, ESEA Pro League and check it out, because he was just great to see. And to be fair though, the newer additions, you know, Snacks and Bialy doing just as fine. But in my eyes, it's always wonderful to see Neo and Taz finding comfort and form on maps like that. On that. So hopefully here Neo can find some comfort in the way he plays.
Yeah, it's something I'm looking forward to seeing. And actually, if you guys are enjoying the games and have been enjoying the games throughout the first season of the ESL ESEA Pro League, do be sure to head on over to the pro.eslgaming.com/CSGO website, because you can start getting tickets. It's going to be kicking off on Thursday, July 2nd, and it's going to be the offline stages of this tournament. The top 4 from EU, the top 4 from NA clashing here in Cologne, and it's going to be so fun. We're going to have all the familiar faces at the high echelons of CSGO will be there, and you should be too. We'll talk more about that though later, as it's time now for us to get back into the action with our 4th round. It feels like oh so long ago, Lauren, but why don't you kick this one off, as it's time now to see Kenny's debut in this game with the AWP.
And it's always going to be eyes on Kenny, isn't it? It's always seeing what he can do. Is he confident? Is he going for peak? But look at this play from Virtus.pro. 3 players initially just hitting straight up mid. Deep Smoke comes in, allows Pasha to push up, and he's so confident. He's right out in the middle here. He's waiting for that smoke to dissipate, and he knows. He's like, I'm comfy.
He's got his arms up in the air like, what have you got? Yeah, he is really quite
and actually,
like that.
Tyner doing a late boost. They're just... Oh my god, this could work out again for him. They're late boosting up. 2 players, I think, or possibly 1, I'm not sure. Existence and Apex are still just above him. Taz is holding from highway or short, whatever you want to call it. And you're going to see Pasha. Pasha's once again in the spot that worked so well before. Does it work again? The pop flash is there, but he's not blind. Oh my god, this could be huge.
That's the 3rd smoke. He's just going to emerge from it. Apex finally going to be on form for that opening frag, and that's going to be big for his team. Shutting down the early presence. Taz is there to try and pick up the pieces, though. Snacks is there around Z as well, as they're going to be well aware that Apex is kind of trapped between a rock and a hard place. Taz shuts that down. That's going to be big now, as it's 4v4. And only 40 seconds for Titan to piece something together.
But guess where Maniac is? Same old, same old. Still up in Squeaky. Kenny's starting to work around main. It looks like Tyner trying to form towards A. You've got Existence slowly working in mid, and Taz, he delivers, takes down Existence, and now the 2 players, Snacks and Bialy, gonna have to lock it down, and they do. Bialy too aware, too smart, joined with Snacks here, closing it down with Taz, chiming in another from mid, and a beautiful play from Taz. I was just saying earlier, when he's on point, he is so damn critical to that team.
Pasha just, you know, puts down the come at me bro t-shirt, and Taz takes it off him, because that is just going to be these two, just this kind of deadly duo in mid. Titan battling for mid control. We know Apex so prolific in mid. He always takes a Molotov when he can to try and clear out that sandbags area, and you better believe VP are nowhere near sandbags. They're so pushed up. Pasha's going to go for it again, it seems, as he's running straight or headlong, actually crossing this time towards Sugarbox. And I wouldn't be surprised if Titan, with these Tech 9s and a scrap of armor for Apex, attention in mid, but it doesn't look like Pasha's going to provide it.
I think it's time to discuss for them as well. They're playing very far back. They're playing quite patiently.
This is a discussion round.
I wouldn't be surprised. They do this more often than not, and maybe just talk things through, see what they've seen so far, discuss it, how they're playing. Okay, well, Pasha likes to push on Miz. Taz has been playing on short, and just kind of discussing their options. Okay, all right, well, next time let's try this instead. Now, they still have a flash on existence, but I think it's just going to be an all-in play and try and get the bomb down. They like to do this kind of everyone in and try and plant play.
I always actually kind of have this kind of hope, like this little nagging thing at the back of my head saying, on a kind of let's talk round, actually we'll just wait for that in a second just to see if Titan can pull anything together. Bialy not going to find anything too much. He'd tell a lie, he does pick out the P2K, looking for another one, but Taz and Pasha are there as they just rain on fire. Existence the only man to pick anything up. But the point I was making was that imagine if Titan were doing a let's talk about it and mid-conversation someone just turns up and aces them, just completely destroys them. Like how does your morale go when you're trying to take it slow and talk about things and even you're taking it slow goes horribly wrong? I haven't seen that happen just yet, and it doesn't look like it's going to be happening anytime soon, as now we're once again going to be seeing Titan put some weapons in their hands, full Molotovs. Look at those nades, Lauren.
I want to see where they use them, because
there's 4 on the side of VP as well. There's 9 Molotovs on this map.
CT sides, I always just feel they can buy time with them, right? There's probably... Oh, the boost. Oh, they messed it up.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's a shame. Bialy could have got up there and said, Titan to Maniac, like, I remember you like to play
Are they going for it again? No, I thought he was going to try it.
No, CTs can just buy time with it. They are. They're going to go for it. This is a bit cheeky, and they could get caught out. Just above the smoke, Kenny S was trying to make a play, but no, Pasha doing what he does best now, and he's dedicated himself towards that quad area. Finally gets plugged out of it by Apex doing his job, opening things up, but will they commit here? They look like they're edging back round towards B. Now, might not be a bad idea at this point.
So, where do you go from here? Apex does have the bomb. He has to be careful if he's considering doing anything on this boost spot. In fact, keeping that bomb in his hands is a risk in itself. Fortunately, though, VP not going to be sticking to their previous strategy of just presence in mid. They're going to give Titan that, but that's all part of their game. They're going to enable them to push towards that Vivent area, and you better believe Neo's going to be calling to Snax that it's time to rotate. He's going to be all alone, and he's going to be taken down. This is big from Titan, as they're going to have complete control of that B site, and VP pants around.
I think they were believing it until it happened, and now the bomb down. Alarm bells are ringing. Bialy just checking those corners in mid. It's completely clear. Titan have stacked out that B site.
Whoa.
RPK's lurking around the back, going to be holding the passive angle in case Bialy or one of the others tries to cross through. Snax is looking towards vents. I don't know if they can really retake this. It's going to be very hard if they try. I think they're looking for exits now. And slowly but surely, Bialy just kind of tightening the noose around the neck of Titan, but not going to find much out here as Maniac catches out. And Taz just probably want to stay alive at this point.
Yeah, damn right they will. As Titan finally managed to find an opening into this game. 5-1 then going to be the score, and that was all primarily down to Apex having the confidence to try and check mid. He got so much information there. He knew, you know, Snax kind of has been quite primarily hanging around that connector area, wasn't there. Checked up highway, wasn't there. He realized that it was time for an all-in play, and they chose B.
And now Neo has the AWP with Pasha, and Neo's got the front spawn as well. I want to see if he's going to just solo it B. He is, it looks like so far, so that's always cool to keep in mind that Neo is a great AWPer as well. He might have to challenge down RPK late in the game, but as we expect, Apex gonna start looking maybe towards A a little quicker than before, gaining a good bit of ground, and Kenny isn't too far behind either. But Taz this time pushed up in mid. And I like this. I like when Virtus.pro get this control. They've got basically 3 players watching mid. You've got Taz pushed up, you've got Pasha watching the jump, and then you've got Snax in the vents. Yeah, it's leaving A a little light, but it's still Bialy, and this guy can still do wonders, but Kenny kind of making a little bit of a sound there. Maniac's starting to look. He might be saying, guys, I need some help here. There's going to be a couple of players pushing in, but the bomb is yet to be brought over towards A. Pasha has been taken off of mid, so Apex backing around. This could change up here.
Yeah, and Taz has a whole lot of power here. With the bomb in mid, actually that flash is going to make it difficult. He's pushing through. He's going to walk straight into their teeth. It was RPK who grimaced and picked up the frag, and now Snax is going to try and do something in response. He's always do it. As he's going to suddenly take his time. He's not sure where the other one is.
Existence,
he knows there's 2 around here. Oh, and Existence has played the waiting game, and oh, Snax, you got caught out. That is a rarity. Savor that, folks, because you do not see that every day as Snax gets mind gamed.
Just the timing was all wrong for him. Existence just waiting from above. And he did make noise, but Snacks just clearly didn't hear it. But all in all, it was probably a little bit baffling when you start walking through those smokes. Sometimes you just get a little lost. But nice round for Titan then. Nicely done. Kind of beating out the players. I mean, there were 2 to 3 players there. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just pressed my cough button when I wanted to say yeah, and then unpressed it and coughed. I really...
Your brain is...
That was hilarious.
But the impact of that round is the fact that Titan now have 2 rounds on the board, and it's going to force VP to have very little money here. So, all in all, not a bad bit of play coming from Titan. So switching things up, and it's actually worked out after that slow eco where they just waited for it. Kind of worked.
Yeah, they've managed to kind of take control of the economy for now. VP going to be cautious, trying to hunt down Maniac. Ooh, he doesn't do too badly, though. So it's 16 points of health for Maniac, because there's going to be picking up frags left and right. Maniac doesn't want to give up an AK, and rightfully so, backs up to the safety and further towards T-spawn. 3 VP members remain, and it's just, a D-gun, 2 P250s. They're not going to be able to do too much with this one. I don't think we're seeing an overly aggressive Titan. They're going to be cautious. They're going to try and pick this one up as neat and tidily as possible.
For sure. And First Pro, they're still looking around just to get guns out of the hands of Titan.
Yeah.
And wherever Bialy looks, there's always that little bit of fire, but Apex puts down Bialy. And now Neo and Snacks, the 2 players who have been playing around B. I'm pretty sure Titan know that. But then again, up against a team who just have pistols, you never know if they're stacking a site or putting a couple more players in certain spots. But Neo going the long way around, Snacks holding the push, just trying to get a shot off. Not going to happen. RPK finds him. And Neo might even be caught off by Maniac here, so predictable as ever. Maniac actually goes down. Neo's going to get himself an AK, which is quite worrying, and he's in a good spot to keep them at bay, but Existence hunting him down with Apex will take that back into the control of Titan, and they'll retain at least 3 of the AKs and an AWP for Kenny. So, Titan get themselves back in this game, and they needed this.
They really did need that. That's going to be a big influx of money, a big influx of confidence is exactly what they need, especially on that T side. And already, we aren't seeing too much from Kenny. Fortunately, Apex is picking up where he left off. 8 frags already in this game. Averages out about a frag around, and let's see where they choose to go this time. He's once again heading straight towards main. He charges there regularly. Kenny, though, going for the opener on towards B. Neo's been a very common placement there. This time, not going to oblige, and Snacks is taking the helm from Patch. They list of positions and just very flexible with who takes them. Oh no, Pash is there as well. Tell a lie. I got a bit confused.
And now, just to put this in perspective, even though it's Titan against Virtus Pro, Titan are looking to stay out of the bottom 3 here, and they need this. Mousesports, Penta, and Flip are just below them. It's not by much either. Mousesports on 15 points, them on 21. It's not a far place to drop from, but look at this position coming out, just boosted up onto the box. Bialy is in a great spot here. Apex did look a little earlier. Spam coming in. Not going to find it. Bialy turns at the wrong time, and actually Titan have taken the site. Pasha now trying to sneak in through the smoke, but he knows Kenny is there, but ignores him, carries on, just goes straight towards the site, takes down Apex, who had the bomb. Brilliant play from Pasha, following up towards Existence, finally gets shot down by Kenny, but the damage is done. It's a 2v2, but Neo caught out in the open, a little sloppy.
They just completely relinquish control of the site. The Molly's going to be coming out trying to delay it, and RPK finally putting another one down into VP. It was actually Snacks who went down. Neo has got 2 to find, or 1.5, as RPK has got so little health. He's just going to be dancing around truck. They know exactly where he is, as they're going to be trying to pick that one up on towards Forklift. RPK just has to show a fraction. He goes down. Neo now 1v1. This man is in the head of Kenny, and Kenny just Tech 9 really. He's going to throw out the Molly. Oh, he's fluffed it. That's not going to be able to delay the plan. Does connect with a Tech 9 as Kenny looking a little shaky there off the back of what was a very strong start from Pasha. But Titan, they had control of the site. They looked very good for them. They had 4 players all on the site with full nades. The bomb went down. And VP, they made that really difficult.
It's not easy, and Virtus Pro in that round, that was the closest they've gotten in the last few. And the 3 prior to that, it'd been 4 men standing, 3 men standing, a very decisive way for it to be played out, and that's because Virtus Pro only had those pistols. But in that round, very close, and if only Pasha could have done more, if maybe Neo didn't take so much damage early on, it could have changed up. But this should be a clean one for Titan. The way they're playing is cautious enough; they shouldn't be caught out here. But still, Taz playing how he did before. He's got the body armor without the head armor, and he liked to kind of push Maniac a little later in the game, but Bialy's there with him, and these two just going to hold it down with Neo just soloing out on the B site. But to take this into perspective, Titan have really turned it on. This is 4 rounds in a row now for them.
Yeah, and
this is a huge step up, considering these guys are literally at the bottom of the table almost, playing against a team fighting for the top. This is a very good scoreline so far.
Yeah, this is, I mean, we've saw it before with Team Envious. They couldn't lose against Flipside. That would shatter their chances, or at least the easy way. And now I'm looking towards how VP can handle this one. You're right. This is a big one for Titan in terms of just both self-respect, but also in terms of having a chance of getting to the offline stages. And now Neo, just a 5-7, is going to find RPK. He has potential to find another one here. He does. Apex
Neo
goes down. That's not something you see every day, as Existence and Kenny are trying to fight back, but they do just take those 2 weapons away from Titan. A very, very minor investment from VP, and they managed to net 2 kills. They're not going to be upset with that, as it's time once again for to challenge this Titan T-side. 5 in a row then for the French, and let's see where they choose to go from here.
And I want to see how Virtus.pro start responding, because they felt as though they were leading the pace at the start. They read the plays, they were always in their face, in their mind. Regain control of the reins. They're dragging this game back into their favor, how they want to play it. And I want to see more of that. I want to see what this changes up to. So, Taz and Bialy now playing on a bye round, far more dedicated towards A, with Pasha as well. So 3 players towards the A site, no one in mid. This is a very big change. Now, it's already working out, considering Maniac's gone down towards Bialy and has sped up Titan, maybe looking to try and punish. But look at this. Taz goes peeking. Kenny just around the corner. Kenny gonna get caught out here, and Virtus.pro regaining some control towards A. But Apex is having none of this. 3v3 now.
That's twice we've seen Kenny go hyper-aggressive out of main. He's got almost the first one on the scene, or first one on the site, and that does not bode well for him. If you can't connect that one shot, it just puts so much weight on hitting that first shot, and Apex is so aware of Pasha's location. Just pre-aiming right at the head through that box. Expecting the jump up, and that's the jump that he was hoping for. Molly's going to be big, though. It's going to force 2Ts out of position, and like rats from water, they're going to try and get away. Pasha, the first, and he's going to be looking for a second as well now, as they're going to be so heavily tagged. It's RPK who goes down. This is big, and now all onto Existence. The bomb is down, though, and it is planted for him.
But the Molly's slowing him down here, and they've had to use the smoke.
He's lined up.
Pop flash comes in. He's waiting. He just went free fire. Oh my god, Existence hit the shot. He does. Sax goes down, but is the time enough? He's been waiting it out, but I think they might just have time. Let's see, 2 seconds. That was so damn close. That was down to the wire. My god, that was very, very close. But let's take stock. Aside from that crazy Molly game at the end that it turned into, just like the floor was molten lava.
Back and forth we go, yeah.
But before that, Virtus.pro put 3 players straight up on A. One took down Maniac. I think that was Bialy taking him down. And then Kenny went super aggressive. So you've lost out on 2 quite impactful players towards that A site. The other 3 almost picked up the slack. But that's Virtus.pro finally responding. And they've switched up again here. 3 players now on the B site. This is very different, and they're looking to gain control of the map elsewhere now.
Yeah, and you think RPK is going to be a little caught off guard. Big from Pasha, who's just turning up today as a 13th frag. Oh my god, hit the scoreboard right now. 1-3-3-7 his score, summarizing him just 12 rounds in, and let's see what he can do from here. Bialy holding NBK. Apex is there as well. They're really ready for this presence on A. And Kenny gets shut down again and again. These Titan boys start to fall. Bialy with a double. Taz is there to pick up the pieces as well, as it's all onto Apex. And Titan should be ruled out of this round.
And just to add insult to injury, Neo just saw the bomb at the back and mid. So
oh god,
you were never going to go too far then. But I want to point out here, Kenny's only got 4 kills.
And he's been, like I said before, super present at main, but like there's no babysitter. There's no one keeping him safe if the shot doesn't get hit, and at the moment he isn't.
I kind of feel a little bit bad in a way, because they could really do with this. You know, Apex every now and then is doing what is required of Apex, you know what I mean? So
well, every now and then he's really shining. I mean, look at Maniac, Kenny, and even RPK. There's about 2 frags separating them.
I mean in opening rounds, right? Kenny has not been doing it just yet. Statistically, he's great at it, and you've just seen why. Takes down Neo, but they've been putting 3 players on B. This switch up here, Pasha and Snacks are still there. Now, I'm not sure how they want to play this out. Titan like to play this kind of further back play. If you actually open the map almost, you can see them almost holding a line a good like inch away from the entire site. You can see on the mini-map, there's Maniac, Apex, Kenny starting to now look towards the A site. They could actually build somewhere, but that's the first time we've seen Kenny actually open something up, and now Apex has his job to be kind of questioned with. He delivers, and now they can work with this. 3v5, they should have this round in the bag.
Yeah, they most definitely should, and Titan just seem to be very cautious with that bomb. It's time and time again we see them linger around mid and then make the push towards A. Neo caught them in their tracks last time, and this time we're going to be seeing Pasha holding on towards B with the AWP, and Titan are still considering a potential push through vents. I think that's what we're going to be seeing, is at least that's what they're considering. Pasha is probably going to start making the call. Snacks is even thinking about it on A. They need to make a move, and they need to make it now, because Pasha has got so many terrorists, and they all are searching for that one presence on the site. He's going to make himself known, looking for a second now. The molly's going to tickle him a little too much. He's down, and now that's going to be a guaranteed site for Titan, and Snacks and Taz have a decision to make.
Do they go for this? I think they... Snacks is backing out of it. Kenny's already watching those vents. They're well set for this one, and Virtus.pro really are going to struggle to find any sort of impact. And if only Pasha could have found another, if only he could have done something or had someone with him, because he took down the bomb carrier. He knew the bomb was there, but Taz and Snacks had sat on A so long that they're out of spot, and they're looking for these exit kills, hoping that someone might come into their hands. It
does feel like there's a real like innate fear in VP that the bomb could be going A. Like there's so much indicating it's a B, but they have this one little kind of inkling in the back of their heads where they're thinking this bomb could be going down at A. They're very cautious, and it's caught them out twice now.
But I think now we need to start considering how good are Titan on their CT side in comparison to Virtus.pro on their T. That's the next big thing here. But let's see, where's Kenny's spawn in the moment? He's got a nice little B spawn. I wonder if he's going to actually challenge off the back of it. I'm waiting to see if he'll go for the B shot. Last time we worked out, he was able to take down Neo. So if he does it again, this could be quite important and actually give them a bit of a round chance here.
So, 14 rounds already to be played. This is the 14th. Let's see where they choose to take this one. Already we're going to see 3 Titan members start to orientate themselves towards A, and they do this time and time again. Maniac, Squeaky, Apex main. Back and forth they go. This time, though, Snacks has managed to get himself in a prime position to try and catch Kenny, and he's going to do it. Oh, no, he's in prime position. Doesn't even hit the shot. Not one bullet. And that is going to put Kenny with a little bit of extra intel. As once again, Bialy and Maniac just duke it out. And this time, Maniac prevails. Quick response, though, from Pasha. That's something VP are so competent at, in making sure that those trades happen. And now, with the numbers nice and level once again, it's all going to come down to what Pasha can do. Look at this guy go. 19 frags already.
Yeah, really doing so well for his side. And he's been so fluid in his play. So not only was he able to be on the B side before, he's played aggressive mid, he's been playing short, and he can also play A. He has been filling whichever role he needs to in this. And now Kenny needs to find that shot. And it kind of breaks my heart to see him missing stuff like that, because it's Kenny S. This guy is renowned for being phenomenal, and at the moment, he's not being phenomenal, and Taz just outdid him. Dear Lord, man. Taz just dancing around the bullets, coming back out of the smoke. He wants more, and he's going to get more. Oh, Taz perfectly played around the back then, and Titan just being outdone step by step.
Is it just me, or did it feel like Existence took a whole long time to kind of cotton on to where Taz was coming from? I mean, I know they do have a silencer, but still, no communication on the Titan side of things, it seems, as VP are starting to find a new lease of life after the initial, was it 5 in a row Titan managed to acquire? Now they are going to be money screwed after picking up the round just prior, as that's going to really mess with their economy. As you can see that actually, oh, tell a lie. I was just looking at the, I guess off the money at the back of those 5. I was just looking at the scoreboard, I could see that one round win. I thought they were going to be messed up, and then I was like, actually, there's 5 AKs in full nades. Oopsie daisy. Damn it, you only get one. You only get one. And I was too wrapped up in the scoreboard.
I was looking, I was like, waiting till he sees the buy.
You looked at me? Oh, what an idiot. Oh, that's frustrating.
But Pasha is in a great spot here. Let's take our mind back to the game, because Titan are boosting players up here. Pasha is once again in mid. He does get one, but quickly domed down by Existence. But Taz still doing what he does best. Just being the immovable object in mid as Existence. And sadly for Kenny, you're going to have to try and take him down with Snacks. Just helping out as Bialy waits patiently to see if Maniac is going to do the same old job.
Jesus, they just have so much presence in mid. And it's so varied as well. You know, VP will go from having 3 mid to 1 to 0.
Oh, Snacks.
Puts it into Kenny. It's through the wall. He knew there was going to be another attempt, as Maniac is going to be the last man standing. And Lauren is giggling. This is going to be 9-6 on the half. That's going to be a Freudian slip. And let's see where they choose to take this one. I mean, Virtus.pro, they're going to be very happy, I think, with their CT side. Titan, though, like, they went into damage control at the right time. Sometimes we see Titans picking up the last 3-4 rounds after they get this new motivation. They got it at the right time. They're going to be not too upset with 6. And I think this can, once again, I'm going to say that cliched caster thing, as this could go either way.
Oh, that really is cliched.
That's right. I told you. I warned you. There was a pre-warning.
You let me know. That's nice. But I just want to kind of appreciate you. Okay,
I was just adjusting my trousers. I didn't realize you were coming.
Say trousers.
Hello.
Shorts.
No, I didn't. They don't know that. They don't know that there's a cheeky knee. Oh, hello. I don't know there's a cheeky knee. Now they do.
Oh, wow. The magic of TV. Ruined.
That nice little cut as the leg came up. My nice hams.
I'm done. I'm absolutely done.
Sorry.
Oh, we are just waiting for the second half to start up, but yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about how you feel the second half's going to play out. We're going back to CS. We're talking about the game, Lauren.
I know. I'm used to our like 30-minute breaks where we had to fill and talk about Digimon and RuneScape, but
we still
actually talking about CS.
Okay. Oh, stop.
Okay, here we go. It's all right. I'll pull myself back in line.
That's nice. Yeah.
So the thing I wanted to point out was how well Virtus Pro adapted. After
Should we see if we can do a transition into the game? Like, you know, like the...
I think we just did.
Oh, there we go.
But no, it was because once Virtus Pro lost a little bit of control for those 4 to 5 rounds, they switched up. They put the 3-man almost hit squad roaming on towards A. You saw them kind of go down towards B as well. They got back in the game. A couple of exchanges, probably not their ideal standard play, but it kind of switched it around and gave Virtus Pro back this great scoreline. So we are now live into this. It'll be Virtus Pro starting on the T side now into the second half and tying on the CT. And Virtus Pro have a lot more rounds to work with, and it looks like they're going for that A play.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way. Of course, there's plenty of time on this round as we are going to be looking at...
my screen.
Your screen.
That's weird.
Hello, Observer Lauren.
Okay. We're looking at my screen, guys.
See what you've got. Pro Observer Pansy. Looks like already we're going to be seeing blood drawn on either side as Bialy and Apex just go head-to-head. And Apex's head is, in fact, now splattered across the walls as the bomb does go in. And we're going to be seeing this retake now take shape for Titan Mania. It's going to be first on the scene, just hanging by Toxic. Not going to be able to find too much. As he does fire a shot towards main. You can once again see the VP are going to be very tight with these angles, forcing Titan to come to them, and they will do just that. One by one, they fall, and that's going to be a very solid start from VP.
It will be. Solid. Apologies for that.
Okay.
You know, you got to see me trying to tab out to see what was going on, but it's cool. There was nothing in the background. You got to see my Twitter for a little while. That's fine.
What's funny is now you're going to be so cautious.
So scared.
You are never going to tab out again. You are never going to tab out again.
Risking it for a biscuit. Dun, dun, dun.
Fantastic.
But no, great start for Virtus Pro. That gets him on the SMG buy-up. The Mac 10's now coming out to play the SMG buy-up, excluding Taz going for the UMP. But that's outside that Titan are pretty screwed on money. They're going to go for a bit of a stack towards A, and to be fair, it's the right place to be.
Yeah, it most definitely is. You say the stack, they seem to be kind of... Oh, Existence and Apex were on the rotate. They're just like, is this the right call? It is. And actually, Maniac's going to find one beforehand, but the Mac Daddy is here, and... yeah, Biceps, man, it's just showing up. Bialy and Taz are there as well, and it's just going to be another neat and tidy round unless RPK is going to commit to the monkey business. He does. He's been pretty damn good with the 5-7 in the past, and he's going to continue to do so now. 31, though, is all he has left to play with. Make it 17 as the nades just keep raining, and he's so desperate for the Oompa Loompa. Isn't going to find it, though, as he is going to go down. And my nickname for the UMP has just been revealed. Whoops. That was not intentional.
Really?
No.
You didn't mean that.
I call the... yeah, I just started saying and the whole thing came out. Oompa Loompa. Yeah.
Perfect.
Diggity-doo.
I'm not saving you from this one. I'll just leave you singing that. But Titan are still on the eco. They tried to stack out A. They've got the CZ with Kenny S, but that's pretty much it. Now, I'm actually surprised seeing RPK running with the 5-7. He was really good on the CZ. Him and Apex are actually marvelous at it, so I'm kind of a little surprised. But all in all, we are seeing the stack out again towards A. Apex, RPK all in line, and one by one they fall, mostly to Bialy. 3 kills back-to-back, site secured, a lot of money, and the bomb going down. And, well, sadly for Titan, they're just going to be thinking, well, I guess just wait for that gun round to come in now. Yeah,
they are just kind of delaying the inevitable. Then again, Pasha does get shut down. Of course, not too much of a loss considering their economy. And Bialy's going to be so very happy. He's just got 1,800 in the bank from those 3 kills.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Yeah, Bialy's just making it rain. And it looks like Kenny S is just going to be desperately waiting to take someone else home. Not going to happen. As I think we're going to be seeing a VP very, very cautious. Like, we highlighted how important this was for them, and they're not going to go hunting. They don't need to go hunting. There's absolutely no benefit in taking Kenny S out of this one. Oh no, he gets to keep his CZ, and they're going to keep it real nice. They're not going to try and throw him off on tilt or some sort of weird value they can get from taking him down. Instead, VP stay stalwart, and we are going to be seeing them go into this one with a full tasty buy.
Yeah. Kenny sadly no armor though, which
is he keeping the scout? Neo.
With 7k.
Neo.
7k, Neo.
Neo. Okay.
7k.
Money bangs Neo.
Neo's just feeling it. He's 12-6 right now. I guess you got a little bit of room to play with, but the rest of his team fully bought up, fully comfortable here, and it looks like they're going to go for the opener towards B. Neo going to go for that quick little peek in. Not going to find much out of it. But it is a 5-man stack, and RPK in Existence might be in trouble. A very dominant combo, but with one of them now already down, Taz picking up the first. Beautiful flash from Existence. I didn't even know you could do that. That is awesome to watch. But still, Existence takes control, at least for a second, and gives time for Maniac and Kenny S to come around to the site. But Kenny S now 1v3. Jesus. I don't think he really wants to fight this, and once again, he's just going to be playing out the time, going, guys, can you not? Can you stop leaving me like this?
Yeah, and I mean, VP just seem to be so smart with their pacing. Like, they will either be super fast, super slow. Like, you cannot be sitting there like safe. You're never safe when you're against VP, or at least when they're in this form. As Titan, they don't know whether it's ice or it's... Oh, no, damn it. Damn it, I was going to go for a Katy Perry song. It's hot and cold, not ice and fire. Oh, Kenny S then is going to be hunted down like a dog. As this time he does have a little bit more of an arsenal. That CZ has been joined by an AWP, and he is going to be taken down through the smoke. Pasha shakes his head, and that is going to be now the 13th then for Virtus.pro.
And Pasha's having a stunning game, 22-10. What a big score for this man. His CT side was pretty phenomenal, and he's being able to kind of convert that towards the T side too. And the economy for Titan is in just shambles. And considering this round point, you know, they're starting to get towards the end of this game. They needed more than this. They weren't doing too badly, but their CT side has just been overwhelmed. Virtus.pro have had the money from start to finish, and it looks like they're going to try and stack out possibly towards A. 4 players heading towards an Existence just going to sit here by this very lonely B site and just have to sit it out and wait.
Yeah, and every time Titan have stacked on towards A, we have seen VP rip them apart by Harley primarily. Not sure if this is going to go the same way this time, as they have managed to kind of readjust. 2 on the top side of the site, 2 at the bottom. Apex and RPK going to be holding hands on towards Forklift, and they do find first blood. It's going to be Bialy then down and out. Do they manage to scavenge the AK? It looks like they will, as they realize Existence is screaming on the B site. He is in trouble. The Molly's coming in, and he's going to do his best to try and delay this plan. And he has managed to stop the plan. That's going to be big.
That's perfect work. He sadly can't get the AK though, and he's so desperate. A chance to pick it up. Neo says no, and now the 3 remaining players are just being dealt with by Pasha. Nade comes in towards Kenny S, CZ towards RPK, and the one-man band is not done just yet. He could even find Maniac here, but Taz takes it away, and Virtus.pro get themselves so very close to closing down this game.
Yeah, just 2 rounds away now from victory, and Titan are really going to have to cobble together a good set of rounds in a row. Now, this is going to be the first test, and let's see how Kenny can perform again. We are going to be that broken record, you better believe it, as Kenny continuing to sit at that bottom of the scoreboard.
And 7 kills.
Yeah, exactly. It's not necessarily the only reason Titan are struggling, but it certainly doesn't help, as now the double AWP from Pasha and Neo are going to make an appearance.
Apex and RPK going aggressive mid, maybe to get some vent control. That's quite nice. That's a little different. Look at those nades, straight away ready for it. Who is that? That's Snacks putting those out. His game awareness is absolutely crisp, but I wonder if maybe Pasha or Bialy could put a molly in towards those vents, but they don't need to, because Neo's just going to outscope Kenny S. That's something a couple of months ago you would not see, and Neo's not done just yet. Oh. There's his 3rd. Apex goes down, and this man is just the brute force alone of just dragging Virtus.pro into this round. Maniac was alive on the A side, but not for long. His Existence now 1v5. He's got the AWP, he gets one, but that's about it. Virtus.pro get themselves on towards that big round marker, and one more round and they are good.
Yeah, they're going to be looking to pick this one up in style. I mean, we're going to be seeing some, what we thought were going to be some close scorelines in this one, and, you know, the kind of pretense to this one was VP need both of these wins to really look comfortable coming in towards the offlines. This is a good start. Going to be going up against TSM straight after this one. That'll be played out on Overpass, so much more from VP. Having the kind of strong win against a team like Titan is going to be a real good one to put VP in the stead for this one. But that is me ruling Titan out. That's, of course, not the case, as stranger things have happened.
That's a very brave comment to make at the moment. Neo and Pasha still running that.
You've got to give them a chat. I'm trying to give Titan...
I know you're trying, I know. You're clutching at those very, very hopeful straws. Like, come on.
Please.
No, I think we know this one's a little bit of a sealed deal at this point in time. Not being able to pick up a single round yet on their CT side.
Look at their nades as well.
Well, that's a good start at least. Maniac gonna find Bialy. Apex finds Taz. That's the first time we're seeing an actual trade go in their favor. But Kenny's still pushing out here. Kenny's... Okay, Kenny pushed up and kind of got a great deal of information, allowing RPK in existence now to solo out on the B site here. At least staying in these positions, and well, they get the information, but not the ideal trades. Again, Pasha and Neo, though, the two orbs now switched up with one AK, gonna have to do some real work.
Yeah, he just pushes out onto the back of the flash. Didn't actually take down Pasha. What's going on here? Looks like Pasha's got it all to do then with just 4 points of health. And this, my friends, is not going to end just yet, as Kenny S does crawl after that long walk from A main, does manage to come up behind and pick that one up. And so that's going to be the start of the very long journey. Like, you ruled them out. I'm going to start waving my little Titan flag if they pick up another.
Hey, I love the Titan guys. I think they're absolutely awesome. But I don't think they're going to turn this one around.
Maybe they should stick to not buying nades and just sticking to buying FAMASs, because that seems to be working well. Yeah.
Well, there we go. We've got two in it now. We've got RPK and Maniac going for the big guns for them. But what Titan 4 on A? They like this aggressive play, and it seems to actually work out. It's caught out for Kenny. Kenny hit the shot, man. You needed to, and your team just fell apart. How the hell did he miss that?
I don't think he knows. He's going to be shaking his head, and you know, he said before, I lost confidence. Such a confidence team, and this is not going to be the start they were looking for. Well, I'll say the start, the kind of end, I suppose it has to be said, considering their position. Is it 4th from the bottom on this Pro League, and they need this win.
And look at Neo. He's played this very, very well. He already started rotating this to this position extraordinarily early. So he's actually ahead of the curve almost. If he can find out a little bit of information, like, okay, I've at least heard one here. They probably think it's a big get back over towards A. Neo even takes down existence. That is just the icing on the cake. Now Kenny 1v2. He's got a lot of work here because Taz is already at the A site and Kenny missing another. It just breaks my heart to see it, but he does at least take down Neo. So 1v1. Kenny up against Taz. The bomb is planted. It's planted well for main, but Taz fakes it out. Says, hey, I'm going to plant for main, but I'll sit a quad and hope that Kenny falls for it.
Well, that's going to be a massive hint to Kenny. He's going to look at it and you can immediately see the potential, and everything rests now on Kenny's shoulders.
He's
just completely fallen for it, and Taz has done it. VP start with a bang as 16-6 going to be the scoreline for that one, and it has to be said, Titan not looking incredible, but VP Pasha, his early plays in mid with a pistol, with an M4, put anything in his hands, even was picking up AWP frags. The man was unstoppable, and it's so good to see that. And then you also have Taz, you know, this kind of backup plan in mid. He was there, Snacks was there. These individuals all just coming together, and really, you can see it in their eyes, even though I can't see their eyes. You can see it in their virtual eyes that they really want this one.
Do you remember when we were talking about clutching at straws?
I was clutching at like a nice analogy that required me to see them. It's a nice analogy, I just can't see them. Actually, what you don't know is I'm on Skype with all of them right now, so you can see it in their eyes.
Yep, you can.
That they really want this. Thank you.
No, to take you from
my way out.
I was going to leave you like a little rope or something, but taking it back to the game, I just want to highlight the last round because it's kind of cool to see, because you get Taz, who's not known for his aim, right? So you get Taz, a player who's a little bit more brain-based, a little bit more smart player these days, at least against Kenny, who used to be considered like raw aim, this brilliant skill. Maybe not the smartest player on occasion, you'd probably look to existence for that. But then you see like just Taz outbraining him, playing for main, and then just wait until like, Kenny's going to fall for that. Kenny's going to think I'm there. Because existence did that not too long ago as well, so they're kind of like getting into their own minds, and just Taz waiting out at quad and playing it, just playing it perfectly. But I think this puts Virtus Pro in good stead for the next game. I don't know if you can even consider Titan on the par of TSM right now, because I think TSM are pretty much neck and neck if you look at the overall picture.
Oh yeah, straight up.
With Fnatic. These guys are a top 3 team, maybe even a top 1 team. They just don't have that major under their belt yet. They don't have those big titles just yet to kind of back it up, but their form is on par.
That was the comment from Dupree recently. He said the only thing separating us from Fnatic is the major, or the not having a major win. They totally put it much more eloquently than that. But that was exactly what he said. And that's a real good sign that TSM are on form and confident going into this game. It's a big one for VP. It's an even bigger one for TSM, as these guys are going to be battling to stay at that top 4 spot. Of course, top 4 progressing to the offline stages coming up not too soon. July 2nd, they'll be kicking off. And you guys can get tickets as well if you do head over to pro.eslgaming.com/CSGO and navigate there to the schedule, where you'll see our sweet final that's going to be coming up. And we're all going to be there. You get to see us, get to see the players, and even get to see the NA guys as well. Of course, the top 4 from there will be making their way as well. It's time now for us to go to a quick break. Bringing you VP versus TSM will be a pleasure and be coming up straight after this.